As you know, in last class, what we have discussed tuple, we have discussed set, we have discussed dictionary. Okay. Now today we will be discussing about the functions lambda, iterator, generator, map, reduce, and filter function. So we will be discussing from the functions. In Python, what we do, we write a function. First of all, we use a keyword that is known as def. When we have to define a function, we use a keyword def for defining a function in Python. And after that, we put name of that function here like this. I have already shown. Suppose my function name is add. And after that, I put the arguments. This is a general method for writing a function. First thing you have to do, what you have to do, you have to use a keyword def for defining a function. And usually what for we use functions? We use functions for reusability. And when we will be going with pandas and numpy, we will create functions there that we need in data science. So I'm giving you the introduction to the functions here. See, I have created a simple function here that is greeting name. And in that, I have given a one statement that is print hello %d %name. Can anybody tell me what is this %d? Or I have simply used this function. Restart and clear out first. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can anybody tell me what is this function? I have used it. I have given a name function greeting to a function name, and below that I have used one statement that is printf hello %d %name.
So string value into string, sir.
That is an argument.
Yeah. I want to. No. That is an argument. Is the name. I am saying you. Can you tell me what is this %d specifies here? You have already seen in this thing in C. You must have seen this thing. Here we can also use %d. What is this?
Assignment operator, sir.
Actually, this %d is same as in C. As in C, we use it to represent an integer. That means %d. That means this is a placeholder. That means this can only use an integer. We can only use an integer here. Like I have. Sorry, first I have to define this, and then see hello 90. Now, if I will use a string in this.
Percentage, yes.
Yeah, then I have to use a %s here. I forgot to tell you before, so I thought it is a better place to say you that we can write %s %d here also. Here it is simply tells us this is a placeholder that can take a string only. This okay. I say here we say this is a placeholder for integer. If we write %d. This function can take only % integer value. Okay, so
Okay,
this is I am calling the function here x equal to greeting this. Here I am calling the function. After that, within the function, if I will write a simple function like this, suppose I will write a function. Sorry. I will write a function sum, and it will take two arguments a comma b, and after that I will say print a plus b. Is it okay? And after that I can write here, I can call function by giving two arguments 2, 4, 5. See, what is it saying? Can anybody tell me what is this? Why this is showing error? Now it is okay. See, I have used it within a function. I can use a print statement also. And there is another way we can return a value from the function.
Okay, that is
And
percentage R.
yeah, that we can use instead of print. We can use return here.
Return, yes, sir. Return carriage, we call it.
Yeah,
Carriage
return. Return A plus B. Okay. See,
Okay, sir.
if we see what will happen, it will do the same thing. So here we can also use, just in other languages, we can also use a return to return a value from the function, and we can even use a printf within the function. Now the thing is that in Python we can return multiple values. You must have learned in C that a function can return only one value, but in Python a function can return more than one value. So I have used it here now. This already I show you. This already I show you now. Okay, and also return value. Yes, that I already show you. You can go through. Okay. I will show you an example. Like I will use def. Suppose I have function test, and after that I will give a and b equal to 1. Return a plus b. Okay, now test. Will it work? In Python I can give a function argument at the time of runtime, or I can define that argument within the definition of the function, within the argument of the function. Can this work? Can you let me know? Can this work?
Yes, sir.
How come?
Because, sir, it will take value of b from the definition of the function, and then while running after the outside the function, we are passing value of a.
That means in Python we can give value to the argument in the runtime also and within that definition also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is it showing? Test is not okay. Sorry. Is it okay? So if I will write here 1, what will happen? Would it work?
Yes, sir, it will work.
Yeah, it will work. It will overwrite value of b.
Sir,
Okay.
sir, just one thing, sir. Sir, some students are waiting in the line, like they are awaiting your request confirmation, sir.
Okay, good. Only one student was waiting, I think so.
Okay. Amritpal and Jagjit, Aman also.
Okay, admit. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Here in Python we can a function can take an argument as a list, and it can also return as a list. So how can we define a function that will take an argument as a list? Simply, suppose I have used this function that will take a list as an argument, or have you ever used a function that will return in a list? suppose I am using a function modify list. This function should take an argument as an list. Then for I in A, int I. See, I have to pass an argument here, the list. I can pass.
Sir, I is missing, sir. In function name, I is missing.
Thank you. See, within Python, I can pass list as an argument also. And even I can return a list from the function. Can you write a program? This is an assigned part for you to write a function that will, and please share the code with me. You have to write a function that will return a list. Can a function return a list? You please check it out. Okay, see, I have defined a function here that is to find a number, prime number, whether a number is prime or not. See, I have defined a function simply. I have named a function is num, is prime, and after that I have used a for loop within that function, and within that for loop I have used if statement, and this what this function is simply doing, this is checking whether a number is a prime or not. You know what is a prime number? Anybody?
The number that is divisible by 1 or itself only.
Okay, so this is a function that I have created for saying whether a number is prime or not. Okay, now you are familiar how to create a function. The simple thing is what you have to do. You have to write a keyword, and after that the name of the function, and after that arguments. After that you have to start the body of the function. This is the body of the function, and body of here starts with the colon. Okay.
Sir, we can return a value, sir. So we can return a value in the list, sir. You were asking some questions on returning a list.
Yeah, I am
by
saying
using by ret list, we can use
ret list.
function. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I am not saying you to use a function. I am saying you to develop your logic so that you can get values from function as a list. Okay,
Okay,
and not an inbuilt function. Okay, now there is a different concept. I think you might have not heard this. There are two concepts in Python, that is iterators and generators. So we'll go for it. I will explain you with the help of an example first. Suppose if I have to use a function def on one, if I'm using this, and that will calculate and after that I will use print See what will happen. What will this function do? This will generate, first of all, what this function will do. This function will generate, first of all, pole will we go within the function argument. After that, a range function will generate a list from 1 to 3. Is it true? From 0 to 3 or 1 to 3? 0 to 3.
0 to 3, sir.
Yeah. After that, what will happen? After that, we will get the cube of the numbers. Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah, this is the simple function. Now, instead of print, if I will use yield here, see what will happen now. Yes. What happened there? I have used a keyword yield. What I have used a keyword yield. I have not used a keyword print. So what does keyword did? Keyword created, actually what keyword yield does, it created a generator for us. What is this generator now? Can anybody tell me what is the generator? What is difference between the print statement we have used and what is this difference between the yield statement now we are using as a generator?
So in generator, we can have any number of yield statements, sir.
Sorry. No, what? No. I am not saying that. I am saying you what is the purpose of yield? Why I have used yield? I am saying you by yield we are creating a generator object. Okay, we are creating a generator. So what is that generator? I am saying you must have heard this.
So that is like a local
Sir, it
variable.
returns object.
Sorry.
It returns an object.
Yeah, which object? It returns a generator object.
Yes, sir.
It returns a generator object. So what is the purpose of that generator object? Can anybody tell me? Hey, you must have read this Python before. You must have gone through this yields and next one is iterator. Have you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I am expecting the answer from you. What is this yield doing? Anybody can say anything. Yeah. Tell me.
I think it iterates over the number and returns an object. So
What it does and what is this? I have used the print also. See. Now I am calling one n. N is 4. Okay, I will show you here only. I am using this print, and after that I will do this one. So I will do it here. No, I will do off with 10. See what is happening. And see the difference here. See, with the help of yield keyword, this function behaves like a range function. Okay, with the help of keyword yield, I say this function behaves like a range function. It means we are creating a generator here, generator function here with the help of a keyword yield. This is generator simply. By what was that doing? Now star 3. See, I have used it before. I have used print, and I simply wrote gen cubes up 10, and it got printed. Now, when I use it yield, for yield, I have, that means this gen cubes now becomes a generator. It is a generator function. That means we can generate values now, but it behaves like a range function. See, we cannot use directly gen cubes just like we use it here. Why? Because with the help of this yield, now it has become a, what it has become? It has become an object. Why it is showing now? I am not. Is it okay? Now, what the generator specifies? We simply say it creates a generator function. And what is the purpose of the generator function? The purpose of the generator function is just like a range. See, if we want now, if we want a cube of numbers in the range from 0 to 10, we simply pass an argument to this function as 10, and we got print the x. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Now you got the difference. What is the difference between print and yield? If we use a print within a function, that is simple function. Now, if we use a yield within a function, that will become a generator function. That will generate something. As I have used it, you will see as I have used yield here also. Is it okay? Now.
Okay, sir.
See, how can I, if I am going to tell you, write a program, write a function for generating Fibonacci series. So what you will do? There are two ways. First way is you can do like this. What you will do, you will create an empty list. After that, you will use a range function, and in the range function, you will add a. You will add within the list, and after that, this is the logic. This is the logic here, isn't it? Can anybody tell me what will be? Okay. You please run this function. I will tell you one thing here. You please run on your own system. See, I'm going to run it. It worked it fine. Okay. It is working fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, it is working. Yeah, it is working. See, if I will increase 1 0, it will go into the loop. Why so? Can anybody tell me why it went through the loop this time? Because I have used this logic here. Can you tell me what is this going to do? This. Anybody? I think only 2 students are in the line. Okay, rest they keep their. How does list displays the things? See what we are doing here. We are creating an empty list, and after that we are appending to a list. Okay, that means one is this. All the elements will be appended. How much is this? 1 million. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One more than.
What does this mean? What does this mean? This means that when 1 million elements will append it to the list, then it will be displayed, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Oh.
That is the problem. That is the problem when we are using a list. So instead of this, there is a better way. What we do using a generator function. Okay.
Okay, sir.
We can
Yes.
we can generate millions of numbers by using this logic. And if we will using the list, this will give an error, and not an error. It will take a time. Even our system can get hanged because we are using a list. So if somebody will tell you kindly generate a Fibonacci series, what you will do? You will create a generator function. The only thing you have to do, you have to use a yield here. So now I can try. And it depends upon the system configuration also. Here, how much your hardware support is. So what is the best logic? Whether you will go for generate function or you will do this like this.
So generate function, sir.
You will use the generate function. Now there are two more functions. One is next and second is iter. You tell me.
Iterators, sir. No, sir.
No. It is iter. ITER. Yeah.
ITER.
Yeah. These are two functions in Python. Tell me whether string is iterator or not. String. Whether list is iterated or not. Tell me, yaar.
Sir, strings are iterable, sir.
List is iterable.
List is.
Okay, you will get surprised to know that. Suppose I am creating a s equal to sorry, Kulnan is busy. What happened? It is still busy. See, what is it showing?
The errors.
You see the error?
Yes, sir.
You said na string is iterator.
Object is not an iterator. Yes, sir.
Matlab string is not an iterator. You said actually what happens? Okay, I will tell you that later. Now, if we can try for list also. List is also not an iterator. In Python, we have two things. One is iterable and one is iterator. What are? One is iterable and second is iterator. Okay. So for checking an iterable, we use like this, ITER. And this is okay, it is iterator. List is a iterable, not an iterator. Now, what is the use of learning? I know in future you don't need these things to learn, but I want to tell you two things that there in Python we have two things. One is iterator, one is iterable. We say string is an iterable, not an iterator. Okay. So I will give an example. I have shown here. I think so.
So you have shown the define example now. The define that comes as iterables now.
1 minute. Give me a minute. It is this or control Z. S for engine is okay. No. What is this? First of all, I will define a function. This is a generator in which I have defined a range. In the range for x 3 7. What it will do? It will generate values from 3 to 7. See, a generator is created. Now, see, 3 got printed. This is that means within the for loop, this next is implemented. When we are using string, when we are using that strings within the for loop, how does for loop iterate through the string? This is the logic behind that. Within the for loop, they have implemented next function. So that is the why we say that is iterative. Actually, string is not iterative. It is iterable. What is that?
Iterable.
Yeah, that string is iterable, but it is not an iterator. But how come we can, while using lists, while using strings within the for loop, how come we are able to iterate through the string? The thing is that within the for loop, the Python developers have used this next function. Okay, so you are not going to use this thing in future anymore. But the thing is that you should know that the string is not an iterator, but it is an iterable. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hello. You go and see what. Why is this showing me error? See, one by one we are getting the values. Next time we will give. What will be the value now?
L.
Yeah. Okay. The main thing is that you should know that the string is an iterable, not an iterator. Now, the one function that I am going to teach you today is the map function. Have you ever used this map function?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
What usually map does, it takes two arguments. One argument is a function name and second can be data. What it does, it maps function with the data. It maps function with the data. I have given you an example. Suppose I have three functions. I have two functions here. That is Fahrenheit and Celsius functions. And after that, I want to calculate the Fahrenheit equivalent of these temperatures. 0 to 2.540100. How can you do this? Usually how we do this? We'll write up here like this for I in Can anybody tell me how can we do this? हमारे पास लिस्ट है, उसके बाद क्या, we have a list temp, then what we have to do? Anybody? Tell me what I have to do.
We can substitute this
The
for
dictionary can be used for nothing.
No. I am saying I have defined it a function. First function I have defined it, that is Fahrenheit. Second function I have defined it, that is Celsius. And I have a list of temperatures. I want to know what is the equivalent Fahrenheit of these temperatures. So simply what I will do, I will create a for loop, and after that for loop I will, first off I will create a list for this, because I have to add the, see what I have to do, I will do like this, MPT, and after that, after that I will do append, and after that I will append out, and after append what I will going to do, I am going to call the function PHREN HEIT Fahrenheit. Oh, and after that I will pass a I. See, I will give L equal to this, and this is this L, and after that RETRN return L. Temp is not defined in here. Temp to यहाँ पे define कर लो. There's no attribute append. I don't. Sorry. What I have to read? Why it is showing me error?
map.
Can anybody tell me why it is showing error? Anybody? I am using this. Is it okay? Hello.
Yes, sir. Just a minute.
So what I have to do? What has happened here? Tell me.
Mixed the space and tabs. Is it correct, sir?
No. See what I am doing. By using this statement, I am converting this list into Fahrenheit. This temperature into Fahrenheit. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there is a better way of doing this. Well, if I will tell you, I am giving you a list, and I will tell you this list I am giving to you, and kindly convert it to the Fahrenheit or Celsius. What you will do? You will simply do this logic here that I have written, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Better option is you use the map function. What you use?
Map function. Yes.
Map function. What map function does? Map function takes first argument. It takes the name of the function. That means it will take a name of the function as Fahrenheit, or it will take the name of the function as Celsius. Okay. And the second argument it will take. It will take the data. Yes, sequence. This is sequence I have shown. That means the simple thing I have to do, see here. Oh, this. Okay, I have this. So, what I am doing here, leave this. And simply what I am doing here, I'm using a function map, and in the map function I have put the function name and the list. This will simply give me what? This will simply give me this will simply give me equivalent temperature in Fahrenheit. But I am giving the list, so I need also list, so I will type constant. Why it is showing this? Okay. Is it okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
You see here logic here and the logic here. Simple one. So what we can say, a map is function with the values. This is the function.
Okay,
This is the function, and it mapped it with these values. Or we can say it maps values with the function. Simple. You see how much easy it becomes by using this. That is known as a map function. Similarly, if you have to convert into Celsius, the only thing you have to change the name of the
function name and data.
Name of the function. Data is the same. Suppose I want to convert same data into the Celsius. That is the list. Here I have converted the Fahrenheit. So I will get the, see, I have converted this data. I can convert this data also. That is not an issue. It is not mentioned in which format it is here. Now you got the idea of map function. It maps input. What it does, it maps input with the function.
Yes, sir.
Now we have another function here. That is another keyword here, that is a lambda. You know what is a lambda? We can use a lambda within a map. Lambda is simply anonymous function. Suppose I will give you an example first, then I will. Open.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, what is anonymous function?
And function without name.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I will tell you now. I am discussing that. I am trying to show you with the help of example. So
Okay,
simply, we say anonymous function is a function without name.
Okay, sir.
And in Python, how we create a function without name? In Python, we create a function without name using lambda.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So in Python, if anybody tells you how in Python how we create anonymous function, we create anonymous function using lambda. Another name for lambda is anonymous function. You say like,
Okay, sir.
please, don't do these things. Please mute yourself, okay? Because it is irritating. Now, suppose I have used here a function that is lambda x. What is this lambda? Lambda takes. After that, I will show you what is this example. After that, I will show you. Now, what is this does? This is a lambda. Lambda generates an anonymous function, and we are giving an argument x. What we are giving an argument x. And after that, after that, what we are saying? We are saying the argument we are giving +1. Suppose we are giving x and we are giving increment it by 1. And second thing, we are giving this value, this list, this one. So what will be the output of this? Anybody tell me, please? Not by running, but by
Sir,
seeing only.
it will increase each value in f times by 1, sir.
Yeah, this value will be increased by 1. Simply, if you have to do the same thing, I want same f value increased by 1 without using this lambda. What you have to do? Anybody, please?
Then we
Come
have
on.
to define a function with the name, sir.
Then we have to use actually then we have to define a function that will do this thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and we give a name to the function. But there is another way. If we have small functions, then we can use that. If we have a small function, remember, we cannot implement a big function using lambda. Simply what we are doing here, we are incrementing 1. Simply what I was doing here, I was cubing the value. Same thing. This is a small function. I can use the small function by using lambda. Okay. There is no need to define a function and then call it. If we have a small function, what we can do, we can simply use lambda there. So if anybody tells you what is a lambda, you can say that lambda is an anonymous function. We create anonymous function with the help of lambda. Now, what is this anonymous function? We say it is a function without name. It does not have any name. It takes arguments as well. It can take more than one argument, but it does not have any name. Name comes to a function when we define that function. Got you? Fine, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, same here. This is a simple function. There's a function lambda that takes 2 arguments, x, and adds them arguments and gives, that means x 1, 5, 6, 2, and this. We can also show this like this. Okay. Now there is another function that is reduce. What does reduce does? See, I will import this. Shift enter. See, what does reduce does? And this will be your assignment. You have to use, you don't have to use the reduce function. See the diagram I have given. Getting any idea from the diagram? Any idea?
Sir, at first step, the first 2 elements of the sequence are picked and the result is obtained, sir.
Okay.
And the next step is to apply the same function to the previously obtained result and then succeeding to the second
That means
element.
what does the reduce does? How does reduce work? We say it reduces our list.
Yes, reduces.
Simply as the name suggests. I have written the function reduce continually applies the function to the sequence. It returns a single value. What does that mean? How does it work? We have list 47, 11, 42, 13. Okay. After that, what it does? It reduces our list. First thing is this. And returns a single value. That means how it reduces our list? What it does? 47, 11, 58. Okay. Then 58 plus 42 and reduces to a single value, that is the 1. Now, I have used a reduced function here. Can anybody tell me how is it going to work? See, I have, first of all, when you have to use a reduce function, you have to import it from function tools. Where from you have to import it?
Function tools, sir. Okay.
Yeah, you have to import that reduce function from the function tools. After that, what I have done, I have created a list that consists of 3 strings. Isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
After that, I have used a reduce function, and within the reduce function, I have given the name of the function and a list. You see, it takes also 2 arguments. It takes 2 arguments, a function and a data. Just like map function. It takes 2 arguments. One is function, one is the function, second is the data, second is the sequence. So I have given a function a comma b, and in that we have, what we have done, we have concatenate 2 strings, a plus b. Why? It is taking list as an argument. Now, if anybody tell you how this reduce function will produce an output, what will you say? It will return a single value. How? It will break your list in S, D, Fs, and first index value at first index and value at second index will get added first, concatenated first. Okay? After that, value,
Okay, sir.
the value obtained and the value at the last will be get concatenated, and in the last it will give us as a final output only, this thing. Same is the case with the list. Listen, if I will create a sequence of integers, see what it gave, 82. It gave a single value. How? If anybody will tell you how it gave, by reducing the list.
Reducing.
By reducing a list. Suppose okay, so you can define any function with this reduce. You can do anything with this list, anything, but you have to place it.
So then what is the difference between reducing and filtering? Filtering also reducing, no?
Yeah, filtering. We are going to the filtering after that.
Okay.
Okay. So you already know what is the filter. These are the different ways in Python what we do.
Okay.
And it is up to you what you have to define. Now this is up to you. You have to say why the filter works and why the reduce works. So can you tell me what is the filter function now? This is good. You already know what is the filter. What does filter function does?
It filters the values, like in the normal word filter itself, it gives the answers, filters the values, which for example odd numbers or even numbers, if you want to filter.
Okay, got it. Now what does reduce does? See, you told me, sir, now there is no difference between a reduce and a filter. I am saying you, according to your logic, I can say you that then there is no difference between map and reduce also, because you are saying map is also taking 2 arguments, reduce is also taking 2 arguments, and filter is also taking 2 arguments, and they have the same. Filter has also first argument, function name. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Malab, you're getting my point. Malab, we are giving the argument. We are giving the same arguments. We are giving the function name and the sequence. In case of reduce, in case of a map, in case of a filter, but all have different things to do. For filter, what you do? You check. What you do? Tell me. Tell me. So you can say that in filter I can sum this also. Is there any logic? And you can sum the list elements of a list, and by using the filter function.
Both look same to me, sir.
No, yeah. In terms of arguments, they are same.
Yes, sir.
You can say
Yes, sir.
why they are same. Because the first argument is the function. The function filter offers a convenient to filter out the elements of an iterable. And you see, always आपने function use किया होगा, filter कभी use किया? Have you ever used this filter?
No, sir, not ever, but we just gone through, sir, the filters, but not used in Python, sir.
See, I have used here a simple filter. First of all, to find whether a number is even or not. After that, I am passing a list, and I am passing a list within the filter. Okay, to check whether the number is even or not. Okay.
Sir.
After that, if, see what I am using here, I am doing the same thing.
Yes, sir.
Using the map function, but I cannot say that they are the same. You see, I am doing the same thing. What I am doing, I am using the map function, and in the map, within the map function, I am getting the values false, true, whether it is a even or not. But here I am getting a list that contains
filter.
What I am getting. That contains the list that are even numbers. That means here I am filtering the even numbers. Here I am only seeing whether which one is even or which one is odd. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And
got it.
It is totally up to you to use map, to use filter, to use reduce. And I am sending you today the assignment to use reduce without this, using this reduce function. To do some program without using this reduce function, you have to send me an assignment. I will send you tomorrow. Today that, and for that you. Okay. So today we have completed our this introduction to Python. This was nothing. Now from tomorrow there will be a serious topic, that is NumPy and Pandas we are going to discuss. Tomorrow we will be going to discuss NumPy in Python.
Okay, sir.
It is Saturday or Monday, sir, you meant to say?
No, I am going to tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. I am going to, because we have only 15 days to cover this syllabus. Okay. So I am going to come on tomorrow for NumPy, and after that we will go for Pandas. NumPy will take 2 classes, and after that we will see how many classes Pandas will take. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.